Fire drill, there's no drill planned, so if it goes off, it's a real one. And nobody needs assistance, is there? No. And telephone's off. Yeah, I've done mine. Or on silent. Silent works. Silence.
Yes. Jen and Kelly doing properties.
Kelly is online though.
Yeah. Tell you on the side who's viewing.
It's Kelly.
Yeah.
That's all we've got on.
Right, we'll crack on then. See if we can get it done quickly. Right. Do we have any declarations of interest? We've got apologies from
Kelly and
Kelly
Jen.
and Jen. Otherwise, we're all here. So move straight on to the minutes, last minutes. Anyone got any comments, or everyone happy with the minutes? Yeah, so I will sign those in due course.
Oh,
yeah, go on, John.
no, it's the actions.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So outstanding actions. Did you want to jump in there, John?
Well, Croton's Homes.
Yes, so
Yep.
we've literally had another conversation with them today. We have a date hopefully booked in the next couple of weeks. They were coming today and then that cancelled. So I spoke to Graham and Jen this morning about getting some dates together.
Okay, so that deals with the 106 for the minute, and that will be if anything happens with that in the meantime, we'll just deal with it. We don't have to wait till next meeting. Right. I wanted to add in here the Reg 19 comments. I don't know whether everyone's seen the Reg 19, the new proposal that's coming up.
Really
down.
looked at it, yeah.
No, I haven't. I had a look through. What I was going to say was we've got till September date somewhere to make a comment, and I think we should get together because I think there's more than just the planning. Well, there's more than just the sites.
Yeah.
Commenting on the site. So I think we should try and get our thoughts together on what we should comment from the town council. And I know we've got August and a bit of September to get it together, but that will soon go, won't it? So what I would ask is if everyone can have a look at the proposals or even if it's only the bit that you're interested in, and if you've got any comments, maybe we could look at it next if we have another planning meeting, or we could do it by email, because we could at that stage, couldn't we, just throw around what people think needs commenting on and then get a formal comment together. So I'll probably chase that up. That's all right with everybody.
Yeah, I'd do it when you come to that meeting. But one of the things that I've noticed is we're getting to the stage now where we've got another nursing home or old people's home, or whatever you want to call it. Not I'm against them, but there's another one going on the Able site now, isn't there? Which has been confirmed there. Now, I think this town is getting overloaded with that sort of thing. And I don't know whether there's any regulations we can put it in to try and put a stop to, because if we don't get the services to go with it, we're just getting bogged down with them, aren't we? You know, there's so many there, and you know, the doctors can't cope. You know, if you try and get a doctor's appointment, they tell you about you're lucky to get one in about a month's time. You know, and all this sort of thing. I think somehow that's got to be mentioned. And obviously, my main subject is solar. I think solar needs to be commented on, the amount of land that they're sort of allocating to renewables.
Yeah, well, these are all things, I had to skim through the plan, and there are lots of things, I think, to comment on it. And it starts off by saying that the expected expansion of Norfolk's population, I think something like 15,000 or something. And there's the first thing they say is they're going to be mainly in the 60 plus group. So yeah, so I think we already know that we need to make sure that we don't lose sight of employment and that sort of thing to try and balance. Because all we can do is comment, can't we? And I think we need to go have a look at the. I mean, the biggest thing is the transport, isn't it? Absolutely. You know, making sure that that's in there.
They've got an open day, haven't they?
Yeah.
I forget the date now.
Yeah,
There's not one here.
21st of August.
Yeah, it's
That-
quite-
Yeah, is there? Did you say there's another one?
No,
with-
there's not
yeah,
one here.
No.
It's several across.
No,
In this place except here.
Yeah. So the August the 21st will be a public open day. I don't know. That's not really the forum for us to comment on, is it?
Before they've had a session for councillors to go beforehand, haven't they? They give you sort of an hour or something before the open terms to the public, was councillors to go and sort of
Yeah.
discuss things. So I don't know whether it's worth asking Breckland whether they could do that again.
Yeah, I think Judy would be the one to ask, wouldn't it? Because she's been on the case a bit. So I think ask her if we'll get a chance to talk about our comments or make our comments to them indeed.
Or have a meeting here with them to discuss things if they can't do that at a different day.
Don't think they will though. I think they should do it for us, they have to do it for everyone, don't they?
Yeah.
Different parishes, so.
Don't ask, you don't get. That's what I thought.
So actually,
That is-
having our comments on paper,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
key
that's
thing, isn't
Key
it?
thing.
That's
yeah,
all you can do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then they're
Because whatever
supposed
you
to,
say in this room isn't documented, is it?
no,
So
no.
it's- No.
And we've talked about things, but we've actually got to get a good
Good
document
yeah.
to them, haven't we, that goes on the portal,
Yeah, yeah.
and that can go to because I think the inspector will see it, won't they? And if,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
So are you going to lead on that, Les? then,
Yeah.
with the comments, okay.
yeah,
See, apart from transport, there's the biggest problem we have is in what, picking up on what Paul said, you build a 70 odd room care room. The new increase in medical care is the problem here, isn't it?
yeah. Although the way the plan's supposed to work is you say, right, we need to plan for this, and then all their ducks fall into place.
Yeah.
To
Never
make
happens.
it. But
It doesn't
Uh,
happen.
no,
Anybody's tried to get a doctor lately in this town?
But then
Yeah.
Labour's were going to put in a doctor's surgery, but they couldn't get a doctor's to come in and
No,
take it
that's
on.
true.
So it's not-
Can't do that.
Well served.
We are well served.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In relation to places like Rotterdam.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
a population.
You still can't get an appointment.
Well,
And dentists as well.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone noticed, the sustainable urban extension. They've now in the proposal, they've got three, one in Swaffham, one in Watton, and one in Thetford. The Thetford isn't a surprise, is it? And but Swaffham and Watton is a surprise to me, or Watton definitely, because I thought, well, I could see with the A47 why it's easy, isn't it? You know, but Watton is, yeah. So anyway, I think we need to have a look through. There's about 400 pages.
That's the trouble with that.
Can you finish that a copy?
You've done and dusted before you get on the floor.
No, no, it's on serious note. Could you just print us out the Swaffham part of it? That would only be about a dozen pages, wouldn't it? Be handy to have it to read
I
out.
think it's more than that, but I'll have a look. Yeah.
Have a look if possible.
Yeah.
See if it's feasible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I keep thinking, no, I could print it out and then you think, no.
Isn't it?
Yeah. No, okay. We'll have a look
Yeah.
at for you.
Just the Swaffham bit, you know, we're
Yeah.
not really that interested in all the rest of it. are we?
No.
Well, don't know. General stuff.
The general stuff you can read, can't you, on there anyway? But
Yeah.
the Swaffham stuff is what we want a bit more detail of, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well, I think all the sites we've already seen the sites. It's just that they've dropped a couple and put another one in, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Let's see.
yeah, so, okay.
I was going to say about the planning policy I wrote as well. So
Yes.
I didn't put it on here, so I'll put it on September's meeting.
Yeah.
You didn't adopt it, so
No, I think,
bring it back to.
Lindsay was concerned that,
Yeah, no, it's delegated authorities, fine. It's a lot of councils do it because when they brought this new rule out that you have to answer, it's not feasible for small parishes to have so many meetings because it's costly. So we can all have delegated authorities to discuss it by email and then you just ratify it at your next meeting.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's not like we're spending money. You're talking, yeah, I mean, if it was money, that's different, but because it's planning and we're okay to do that.
Right. The one that's a real concern, I'll come to talk about something. If it's really.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Really,
But it's
yeah.
just that gives you that if we haven't got a meeting, something has to be put in like Les did have. We have got, you can
Like
do that.
treaty.
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and it wasn't actually in the end,
No, no. But it was, a lot of councils did it because when they changed the rules where you have to answer within 28 days, not everyone has a meeting. And
Yeah.
you know, it's costing to have meetings, especially smaller parishes.
okay.
But I'll put that on September.
Good. And the other thing I just noted, we've got a neighbourhood plan Zoom meeting on Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow. Is it? No,
Thursday,
Thursday.
sorry.
Is it Thursday?
Yeah.
Is it Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday morning.
Thursday at 10.
Yeah.
And
And-
my apologies, I won't be able to make that.
We can, I think there's an updated policies that she'd already
Send
shown
out.
us
Yeah,
one lot.
Yeah, I must read
Policies
that.
and now made adjustment to it to look at again. But we've also got to give them the footpath. We need to do give them a list of footpath connections that are missing, which I've got what I was going to do, I'm a bit behind with it, but mark the plan up, circle where I know there are missing sections to make up, and if I ping it round to the neighbourhood plan members, perhaps you can add to it if you know of any other ones, and I can put a list together. I mean, it's not a big thing, but there are. It's so that we've got a list of so we could put in our neighbourhood plan all the footpath connections that need something doing to, or where they're missing, so that when we have looking for developers' contributions and things, we can say, right, there's a connection there that needs making up, and we've just got it there in the plan. Okay, right. Moving on, public meeting, we haven't got anybody, so we'll move swiftly on. Planning related issues, I haven't got anything in there. Then we're into the notification of decisions and information. I don't know if anyone's got any comments in any of these. I have on one, which is 36.4, which is the Breckland Meadows.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a question, first of all. This is in for us as information only, but it is an application. It's an application for a certificate of lawfulness, which is an application. I mean, there's an application form gone in,
Yeah.
and they're asking for that to be approved. So to my mind, it's something we should be, if we want to, commenting on.
Yeah,
And I was going to ask, is where you put information only on that, is it because Breckland tells you it's in? Well, that's interesting, because later on on the agenda, we've got planning applications. Yeah, and we've got one that's exactly, well, it's not exactly the same, but it is still a certificate of lawfulness, which has been put to us for comment. So
I'm not sure if there's maybe something going on in the back end why they just letting you know for information only, but they point it out to us when they send the
Yeah,
applications,
okay.
if they want our comments or if it's for our
Right.
information. So
Well,
that one was
so
for our information.
we need to keep an eye out on these things, because I think
Yeah.
we need to look at this now, and I think we should make a comment.
And in the past.
Yeah.
The thing that,
Decision, this question is,
Yeah, I'll go back to the caravan park. This is about the third time they've attempted to put an application in to make more residential on there. And I think we should object to it, because it's the part of the site is for tourism of bringing in visitors to the site. And if they keep going this, make that all residential in the end, we're going to lose that facility for people to come as tourists to the town. Now, I'm 101. They got away with having part of it done already, and that was through the back door virtually when they got it before. So I would object to it on the grounds that we don't really want to lose the possibility of having a visitor's site in the town. And you know, it's
Sorry, yeah,
go on, man.
I've just looked it up on the best, it's open for comment or
Exactly.
general comment, support or objection.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm not sure why they tell us it's
Yeah.
only information, so we can't do.
Yeah.
Let's-
So
If you'd like, I can query
Will
with
you?
them and
Yeah.
ask why.
yes,
and
And we
make
can still put our
comments, tell us your comments,
Yeah.
and put them in anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. No,
Okay.
I think we should do that, because
We think we should object to it on the grounds of what we'd lose for the town.
well, don't know if anyone did you want to say anything?
No, I agree with Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not strongly objecting to it, but the thing that does worry me is this lack of proper pavements
Well,
up to the site.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I looked up the planning history, and actually what they've done over a period of time is they've applied for slightly different things each time, working up to this.
Yeah.
And what they've done is asked for a certificate of lawfulness to use 2 caravans on site for permanent residency. And now this is part of a progression. They're now asking for 30 static caravans and 20 touring caravans for residential occupation. And this is what I think that we need to object to this, that because it's not that one of the previous applications we objected to on the grounds that we didn't mind them if they wanted to use it for residential, as long as they made a full application so that it could be tested against the
Yeah.
neighbourhood plans
Exactly,
and the
yeah.
planning policy.
I think that's a good,
Yeah,
good comment.
so that's what I would,
Yes,
yeah,
why I'm not strongly opposed to it is because that will provide 30 affordable homes. Someone maybe in retirement if you can't afford bricks and mortar, and so yeah, you've got to look at that side of it.
but what you're saying is they shouldn't be residential homes that don't have any open space, don't have any pavement.
Absolutely,
Uh,
they've got to have the facilities as the rest of the town.
Exactly.
Proper street lighting,
Yeah.
and security.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know, everybody's got their own opinion on what should be.
And the way it's worded, as it says, sighting of 30 static caravans and 20 touring caravans for residential application.
yeah,
That covers the touring caravans for residential.
Yeah.
So they could plonk them there and say, well,
yeah.
we're residing here without any.
And I think they've already got them there
Yeah,
because
there's several static,
Yeah.
you know, touring caravans have been used 24/7 on
Yeah.
that site now. If you go and have a look, you'll see there's
yeah,
several on there already. that are
yeah,
On there,
Yeah, this
sort of semi-permanent, if you like.
yeah. So, are we in agreement that we should object?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I pull out the wording of our previous one and
Okay.
just check that over,
Yeah.
I think that would provide the comment for this.
Didn't they get sort of 2-year license to do it at one stage or something like that?
We had this before several
Yeah.
times. haven't
We had.
Yeah.
And
They
when,
keep trying it on.
yeah, some of them have been refused. And I think they obviously know there's a way to chip away and gradually change things.
I haven't read the,
I see it's a fairly
Big
big
fault
company.
there,
that's
but
behind
It
all
is,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And when you think about it, it makes sense if you buy lots of touring caravan sites and then get it so that you make it more valuable. And
Yeah.
there's it
Yeah.
is a cheap way of getting
Well,
help.
it's similar to what they've done at Narborough as you turn into
Yeah.
Gaten Road, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
oh, that's,
They're all decent units. aren't they?
but that's a holiday thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily, no, I don't think so.
I think people can reside, but there's a time limit.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can't.
usually 11 months. You
Yeah.
have to go off for 11 months.
Yeah, I think the key is, I'll look at our previous comment, but I think the key thing is that we consider it's a major change.
Yeah.
Change
What
of
it
use
was,
from
Exactly.
touring to residential,
Yeah.
and therefore they need to make a full
Yeah,
application.
it's got to be
And,
done properly.
Yeah, I think we've got to do it. It's no good just saying, oh, there's nothing we can do now.
They would
No.
need to find out if people are living there now, which they'll say they are
Yeah,
they paying council tax?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But they're not.
Okay. So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm on another subject, so.
Hang on,
Yeah.
we'll just finish with this one. So. Right, so is that okay? I'll come back with a
Yeah.
comment on that later on. Yeah, and the other thing I noted on there is on their application form, which when you contact them and ask them about this, can you say to them as well that the application form says on it, please see planning supporting statement,
And it's not there.
and it's not there.
No.
So there's no information about the application. It just says see our supporting statement, which isn't there. So
When they, sorry,
Yeah.
yes, when they use these big words, certificate of lawfulness, that
Yeah.
means that it's almost agreed, but needs rubber stamping, is that? Am I right in assuming that?
well, I read it as being a way of establishing that what you're doing is lawful.
Yeah.
Rather than making an
Oh,
an
yes.
application
So it's
for
around the back
planning,
door.
you say,
Yeah.
we're already doing
They're
this.
already doing it.
Yeah.
Just make it,
Yeah.
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 Lawful.
Yeah, so, and there must be, they must require evidence, mustn't they, to
Well,
be
they
able
did
to-
last time. There was a
No.
document. There was quite a
There
big.
was,
yeah.
They said, oh, X, Y, and Z were living there.
Mm,
And at the time I thought, I wonder if they pay a council tax.
yeah,
Well, normally on 11-month sites, the owner of the site pays all the council tax. And then it's recharged, that's charged back
Back
through
to
your.
you.
You pay
the
business
rate
rates,
you pay,
yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't cover individuals who are living there as their residents. They should be paying council tax.
Well,
if
they
they're a
say
resident.
they are through their
mm,
site rent.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
So that's a difficult one.
Yeah. okay. So,
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the first one, the New School Road one. Can somebody tell me what's conditions 17, 19 and 20 are on that site? Because I've got a question. and I'm not sure whether they cover that or not.
can you look that? up?
Which one is that? Is that the flagship?
The
Yeah.
Daysfield site.
Yeah.
Are you able to look these up?
I've tried looking them up sometimes, but it's a bit awkward sometimes.
What good, because you.
Well, I'll tell you what my question is, because obviously they're getting well on with the building on that site now. And what were the conditions was a footpath in front of the site, which hasn't materialised yet. And I thought there was going to be some road improvements as well within the application. I'm hoping that they're not just trying to discharge them through these numbers.
This should be planning
Mm.
permission document, shouldn't there?
In addition to that, of course, we've now got Bennett Homes,
Yeah, Bennett Home's a bit further down, yeah.
a little bit of a gap.
Don't know whether they've purchased that. That came out of the blue,
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
because that's never even had planning permission.
Yeah, it has.
That must have been a long time ago.
It had a planning, well, several years ago to build on there, and that was Demerck's part of their land on that side.
I don't know whether you, I would disagree with that, Paul, because that the Merck's land goes all the way round the back of the
Yeah,
side and the
down-
back of,
Down,
but that particular site, even in the local plan, although it's included in the site,
Yes, yeah.
it never had, as far as I'm
I
aware,
don't remember.
an outline planning.
I thought it had, but I'm not, so I take your better judgment.
Well,
I expect in due course we shall see something.
Yeah,
I always thought it was odd that I thought, well, the owner obviously doesn't want to build on
Yeah,
it.
they've
But
probably just sold it off to.
yeah,
developers.
Right.
waiting,
I've called it up. It's a landscape and ecological management plan. It's 17,
yeah,
condition 17,
right,
prior to occupation of it.
right,
2019 is a lighting design strategy for biodiversity. Prior to any dwelling. in an occupied.
I would say that's water design.
I don't know what they mean, but it's a lighting design strategy for biodiversity.
So it's all that, so basically, I think it's like, you look on here, the lights, what they're gonna
Yeah.
have, lights on their housing,
Yeah,
light measurements, water design, light data sheet, then the maintenance scope of service, maintenance plan.
dark sky policy.
yeah, so it's not on there, so,
it's
what it, you're quite
still
right,
facts and-
query that, not these conditions, but what you're.
Yeah, if we went back to the original,
Yeah.
permission, I'm sure there was some conditions about road and
Yeah.
footpaths and all that on there, and I haven't seen any movement on any of that at all.
This is just about the lighting.
Yeah,
maintenance,
No, I just wanted to check that they weren't trying to get out of any of them conditions, what
No.
was put on there in the first place.
Are you able to pull up pull up this part, the lodge plans and have a look at it?
Condition 3.
Before a meeting, because if not, you could
Yeah.
always come into the office and we
Yeah.
could do it there.
No, and it just worried me that if them conditions were to try and get out of it, some
Yeah.
of them permissions, obviously you've satisfied me that it isn't. So on that, you can see there's like a footpath along there, and I'm pretty sure there was some road improvements within that application as well. But I can't honestly remember for the life of me,
No.
my memory's going,
All
what
right.
they were.
Okay. Right. So we'll move swiftly on. The 36.5. Don't need to worry about that. That's the cabin for the food bank. So if we move on to planning applications, 37.1 is the works to the White Hart. And I think this is listed building permitting. I mean, it's basically maintenance work to it.
I think this is for Joe Warburton.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
project.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
project, yeah.
And when you look at the it's really good example of a proper heritage statement with it, you know, with all the significance and everything in it. I don't think anyone's got any adverse comments or
Just
objections.
the comment I would make is, and I know that they won't really like it, is the fact that the what would you call it, like the south wall that's faced into Clyde Road.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't do anything with that because that is in a terrible state. It seems a shame to do the front up and not do anything to that.
well, they're putting new windows in that side,
Yeah,
and they're doing repairs to the guttering and stuff up
yeah.
the
So the
top.
rendering is,
So are you able to see these out of the meeting, Paul? Look at
sometimes
them.
I go do
Yeah.
pull them up, but I can't always get them, you know, sometimes my computer won't allow us.
So what, yes, we could work that, you can come into the
can,
office a couple
yeah,
of days
We
before.
can't
and have
object to what they're doing because it's such a terrible state at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the right
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, it's been improved,
Really,
but, you know.
Well, really must bug people who maybe the two other pubs on the north. If they want any work doing, they got to pay for it. Then this is a big company with hundreds of pub outlets, and they get all this done for them.
Well, they've still got to make a contribution, haven't
I
they?
think the other pubs could have applied.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah.
well,
They could have
they
been
have-
fine.
Because they would have fully repaired leases. I know that because I've been there.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
it would be under the owner to put in for the application for the project, which they could have
The
done.
owners would, yeah, the
The owner
owners,
could put in
Yeah.
for the project, but obviously they haven't.
but having said all that, it's really nice to see
Yeah.
it looking in a better state.
Well, it'd be, yeah,
What the
improved,
long-term
but
future
you know,
will be is
it'd be a
another
shame. It's just say it'd be a shame for them to not do it properly on that side wall, which it badly needs some attention in my mind.
I
But
think it's bulging out into the road a bit as well. Look at the amount of cracks in that wall.
yeah.
the
Well,
stay of it with the gate hanging off on the side, there it looked
Well, that's
like
not
a
the
mess.
I mean,
well, they've got new gates going on there.
that's such a shame. You've got the same with the property, the other side of
Yeah.
the road,
Yeah,
the stuff that
but
family owned.
I think it is true. I'm sure it's right that it doesn't matter who the owner is, the tenant can apply.
Yeah, yeah.
for grant as
absolutely.
well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it is
With the
open.
owner's
It is
permission.
open to, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it does require, although it's a good grant,
Yeah.
you've got to put your own
Money
money in
in,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're just no objection on that. Okay, 37.2, this is the other certificate of lawfulness and development.
Unlawful development.
Yeah. Do you want to start off on this one?
Well, yeah,
I take it did you send your comment? You
I
sent your
sent my
comments to it,
comments as an individual.
Yeah.
I didn't put
No.
anything about my,
but you sent your very relevant.
oh yeah,
points
I passed
to
that round
everybody.
to everyone.
The-
Yeah.
the fact that this application is they're asking for a certificate to say that they have started the plan, what they had planning permission for, and therefore the planning permission is now extant, and that gives them time. What John was saying is that the condition 8 says that is a condition they must satisfy with a traffic regulation order prior to doing anything on site, and therefore, because they haven't done that, then there's no way they can have lawfully started
Started,
work
yeah.
on the site.
Yeah, that's it in a
In
nutshell,
nutshell,
really.
isn't it?
It doesn't matter what report they put in to say they've started work, they've actually unlawfully started
Yeah.
work because
And therefore, it in the eyes of the law, it doesn't count. Anything
It
they've
won't
done
count.
doesn't count.
yeah,
Um,
if the authority was minded to allow it, that would be subject, it could be subject to a judicial review, and that probably, I can't imagine that Bretland would risk that.
mm,
We don't know.
right.
So, yeah,
Have we got John's word? So you.
Well, I was going to say there is a slightly more to it, possibly, because as well as the, or if you look at the planning history, they put in, find it now, they first of all put in an application to discharge condition 8, because they said that it wasn't necessary, and that they seemed to think that highways didn't think it was necessary, but highways replied to that, and this is on the planning portal. Highways said categorically that condition 8 was not discharged.
Yeah.
Okay, so they then put in another application which has got the designation VAR-MAJ, which I think is a major variation. And they're asking, and this is a current application that hasn't been dealt with yet, they're asking for condition 8 to be varied, the wording to be varied, essentially to change it from what it says at the moment to change it to that no work above the ground
That level.
a bit,
But-
yeah, which gets them out of, if that was agreed, that would get them out of this
But
issue.
can you vary a condition on a planning application that no longer exists? I would say you can't,
Yeah,
because it doesn't exist. So why are you
Yeah.
changing?
yeah,
You can't change it because it's gone
yeah.
forever.
So
Is it a delaying tactic?
Sorry?
Is it a delaying tactic?
Well, it's not even that.
it's to keep the application alive, I think, because any enforcement orders
Yeah.
they won't put any enforcement orders if there's a planning permission underway, or they'd be reluctant. It makes it harder to do an enforcement order, doesn't it? If you've got an extant planning permission and you're saying we've started, we're getting on with it.
Yeah.
So it's quite an important bit, Paul.
Yeah, I'm in two minds over this because I think if we object to it now and say, yes, you've broken the rules in a minor way, in my mind, that going to even delay us getting anything done on that site for even longer period of time. And they're going to have to go through all the motions again. So you could be another 12 to 18 months down the road before they even get permission again. So I would just sort of say reluctantly, let them get on with it. And hopefully, I'm sure the highways will catch up with them somewhere along the line as it develops. And I think let it run, and let's hope they seriously start on it very shortly, because otherwise you're just going to kick it down the road for another 18 months. And I'm sure we don't want that if we can possibly avoid it.
That would be legal. That would be illegal.
Illegal.
Well, minorly.
I don't think it's minor, because if you read that condition, it says on grounds of road safety.
Yeah.
But do
And
you want the site done,
I would
John?
like the site done, yeah,
So if you
but not an awful thing.
I know what you're saying, but if you put spanners in the way, you're going to delay again and again and again.
That's national planning law.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not-
it is.
And let me ask the question, because I think we all agree on this.
Yeah.
What we want and why we want it is we want the buildings at the front brought back
Yeah,
so that they don't look derelict.
yeah,
We want the buildings protected so that they don't deteriorate further.
Yeah.
And I would say that to achieve that, it's the idea that you give them leeway, as you're suggesting, Paul, on the planning permission, in the hope that they'll get on with it. I don't think that will achieve what we want.
yeah,
Whereas if there's no planning permission, or there is planning permission, the key to getting what we want is probably more down the enforcement route, because they do have the building owners have a responsibility to keep those listed buildings in good repair, and that they have an even more important responsibility to stop them deteriorating. And at the moment, there's water coming in and they are deteriorating.
You know, my biggest concern, sorry,
Yeah,
John,
no,
No,
John, next.
is the major part of that development will have vehicle access off Whitsands Road. Now, all along the main road outside the old the gymnasium is packed with cars every day.
Yeah.
So the vision display is going to be terrible coming out of it unless we remove all those cars.
So that was part of the highways permissioning, wasn't it, to improve the display. That is part of that.
Have to remove those cars though, because you
And you have to ask yourself the question, why we all agree that that's really important.
That's very-
And that's why that condition 8 is there, isn't it?
yeah.
Why haven't they sorted out the condition 8? And
They've had 3 years
yeah,
since they got planning
Yes, you
consent.
do.
They've had 3 years to do
Yeah.
that,
yeah.
and they haven't, as far to my knowledge, they haven't tried.
And if you look at the precedent in the town, we've had the old, we've had the schoolrooms, that's the old school on the camping land. That was bought by a developer who didn't develop it, and then he sold it to someone else. We've had the police station that's had two different
Yeah.
developers
Yeah.
looking at it. There's another one somewhere. I think it is. But the old garage in Spinners Lane,
Spinners Lane.
that was bought by somebody who then changed the planning
Yeah.
permission, then sold it to someone else.
Well, my son said it's a tax break.
Yeah. It could, yeah, and it's not helpful to have a site that somebody's owning as a tax break
That's
or
what it
whatever,
is.
and not doing anything with it, you know,
And there's no guarantee that they'll
No.
do it, Keith.
no.
I mean, they've dragged their heels. If you read their report, they're saying how they've commenced work. That's not commencing work. They're doing
There are
investigations.
Criteria for commencing
Yeah.
work and they have.
Yeah,
They haven't.
I made a note of those. It's got to be a material operation, which doesn't have to be much,
No.
but the example, digging foundations, laying pipes or
Yeah.
drains,
Yeah.
constructing road or access, erecting part of a building, and demolition of,
Authorise them, and they can't do any of it until that's discharged, and that's the aim.
To discharge
Yeah.
that condition.
yeah,
That, that was condition 8.
Mm.
I don't know what condition 1.
And
It's
I don't think if they got on and are satisfied, discharge condition 8
Yeah.
properly,
there would be no problem.
yeah, there'd be no
No
problem.
problem at all.
Yeah, so I think that, and there must be a reason for that. Why, you know, whatever that reason is, I think we need to point all this out as our, you know, our position.
Yeah.
That,
The work's going to be done safely, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We need to protect residents.
and I agree with what Paul says. You say that you want to see it got on with.
Yeah, we all do.
But I don't
Not under
think,
that.
yeah, I don't think it will help it, you know,
It's a bad precedent as
Yeah.
well
yeah,
to set. To
Yeah.
say you could ignore that condition. We'll go soft on
Yeah.
it. You know, you don't do that.
no.
You.
And I think there's been a marked, we know we've had updates of meetings between the, you know, the planners and the developers. And it's just, oh, it was, you know, another meeting and another update and it's not gone anywhere, has it?
Likewise, Lidl's, even yesterday,
Yeah.
more questions.
All right. So, is there an agreement, do you think, to object to
Yeah, I would.
this application is for a certificate of lawfulness, and and what we're saying is they haven't complied with the planning permission.
One of the material considerations is that they have to have discharged with conditions
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
they commence work.
Yeah. So,
I agree in principle what you're saying, but I'm looking at it from the Swaffham and the character of Swaffham point of view. And I think you're going to just kick it down the road for another 18 months, 2 years before anything's done again.
And that's
You-
probably what they want.
But who knows, Paul?
Yeah, that
They will kick it down. If as soon as they've got planning commission,
They
they'll
don't
just sit there for years and years.
Yeah.
They can do.
I think this
I
is,
don't think that'll happen myself.
If
But there
they
you go.
don't get
So
planning,
I'm like,
they
I'm
might
like,
look at selling it.
I'm staying.
Another 3
years.
Yeah, another 3 years.
Paul's
Well-
abstaining.
I'm abstaining.
I think I am as well. I'm saying.
okay,
I was
Okay.
saying, I was.
yeah, so there's 3 of us who want to object.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's democracy.
Oh, it has to be integrated. doesn't it?
can I do the wording on this and then send it around for approval?
It's got to go out.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've got notes, but, yeah,
Is that the
Tried my best, but it's not as
date?
good
It's
as you.
today, isn't it?
Pardon?
The date, 28th of July.
Yes.
well, I'll get, and that's okay until the end of play today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the notes, it's just getting it into Word. Because there was also a Whitley principle, I don't know if you read that, that's a precedent. If development begins in breach of a condition, it cannot be regarded as lawfully commenced.
No,
So
that's-
it's all been, you know,
Can you?
done
send
by,
it to
I
me?
can't
Yeah,
imagine
in case Danielle's gone
Yeah.
home.
Planning
Yeah.
officer will
Do you want me to ask for an
recommend
extension?
it.
Private?
No.
well, actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
idea.
Well,
You rushed.
let's not
Yeah,
rush
that's
it.
a rush.
Because I think
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is quite important.
Yeah,
um,
extend it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see what Judy says, because I have asked her about this.
Yeah.
Because I was actually with you two to
Yeah.
start with. I was thinking, we don't want to hold this up.
No.
We don't
No, I
want to
can
block it.
understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm now of the view, looking at all the other things,
Yeah.
that it,
Actually, I think at one of our meetings, Jacob did say,
Yeah.
beware of
yeah,
this.
right, okay.
So when would you like me to extend it to? Because they're quite quick if I give them a date.
Yeah, 7 days would be,
Okay.
if, yeah. And yeah, okay. Right, so then the last one we've got is 37.3, and this is the new self-build dwelling on King Street. Could
Yeah,
you
what do
bring
you
up
want?
a plan on that, the site plan? Has everyone had a look at this?
I haven't, but I imagine it's right down the end, is it?
Yeah,
Is it location?
You great
Yes.
Yeah.
plots they used to have, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, market garden plot.
Yeah.
and I was quite interested in this because our that's the old school.
That's the other school.
Yeah.
Our neighbourhood plan supports self-build and custom build,
Yeah,
but
Doesn't like it.
there didn't seem to be any evidence in this application of it being a self-build, or there didn't seem to be anything at all. Almost like they've put the word in as if it will help.
There was another similar building, wasn't there, on the opposite side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it refers to it, says it's already got permission, but to my mind, we've got to just look at this as if it's any other application and ignore the self-build. Yeah, so
Yeah, the circle.
it's right down the end of it.
yeah, so what they're proposing is the orange building with the green garden. That's then adjacent to the existing building, which is to the north of it.
Are they lucky? Get allocated that council house.
Yeah. Enormous plots. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's on.
Oh, yeah,
And the one that's already got permission for
the other side.
to the left of it, and that obviously hasn't been built.
Who's the applicant? Is it a housing association?
I don't know.
The individual.
I don't know. I think it's adapted.
It's not you sell land.
Yeah,
Personally.
It's a self-build.
Yeah, but I was just wondering because most of them, or a lot of them, they've been sold off, haven't they? And
I think it's
Yeah,
it's probably-
be an agent. Yeah, I don't know. You won't. That's probably the agent.
yeah. The Reeve Designs.
Yeah, redesign.
Yeah. I mean, it really we should consider, I think, whether it's good design from the point of view of the size of the plot and the access to it.
will there be any overlooking to the neighbours?
Well,
It's hard to
the
tell.
neighbour who sold the land, it's not going to be.
But that doesn't matter, you don't do it on that.
Yeah,
you
we
do
don't
it
do
on
The north elevation looks blank.
Yeah. And because it's on that circle, of course, that's the furthest point away
Yeah.
from any,
Is that shared access then?
I guess it would.
No, they've split the
That's the end of the road.
driveway.
They've got two separate axes. Looks a bit blue.
That's where the walkway is through to the.
Yeah,
bowling
yeah,
that's the
green.
entrance to
Yeah.
Bowden. And Queen Street.
They are big.
I see, yeah.
land there.
And actually the plot you're left with splitting that is about the same size as all the other plots.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Long garden.
Quite a lot bigger than goes to the new build down the road.
Well,
As long as there's no overlooking of the neighbour, I'd say.
I've got no objection.
No
to it.
objections.
No,
It's
good use of,
Two-story there.
good use of land, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do we need to make any comment about the custom self-build? Or just that we've got no objection to the,
What is the material on the outside? That's not cladding, is it?
I always think that, and it never.
yeah, as to how they come out.
Yeah.
Drawing.
Yeah. I think it's all right.
I think it might say there's a box up the top, is there?
Here, look.
I think if they mean self, it might be just that it's bespoke.
Red
Is the extent of the self
White,
build.
green,
Bricks and mortar.
colour, red, black.
Yeah.
Most of them are rendered down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's okay. I didn't like the cladding. That was cladding. Never do.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I wondered whether we should make any comment about the self-build that there's actually no evidence, just as a comment.
I'm not bothered, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it's a bespoke building, isn't it?
But if it was a normal application, would we object to it?
No, look,
So I don't think it makes a heap of a difference.
Absolutely, and at the end of the day, self-builders have still got to conform to regulations the same as a
Yeah.
national builder.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to go to the building.
and it,
Reference to the neighbourhood plan.
yeah, only for, and it would be relevant if it was a tricky design or something or difficult, then you could say, well, there's a support from the neighbourhood plan that adds more weight to it. But, you know, we've looked at it, whether it's a custom build or not. We've looked at the design. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how that works, because I tried to look up some stuff about custom build and self-build. And there's supposed to be a register of people who want sites. And then you're supposed to, if you've got a plot or some land put forward, then you kind of match it up with them. But there does all it does is on here is it just says.
I don't think it makes a lot of difference, because I think you could say,
Yeah.
you could get a builder in to build the carcass of the building, and they could self-build the rest of it or something, you know, it's a big part.
They might coordinate it
Okay.
all, but get specialists.
I don't think it makes a lot of difference.
So,
No,
it's just a no objection.
no objection. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple.
Right.
That's
So,
late.
there weren't any other ones, were there? I know, 10. So the next meeting, if required, is the 25th of August. So if there aren't any applications or anything that come in, there won't be a meeting, and if there are, yeah, and that, if it's something that we can deal with by email, we'll do, you know. Okay. Right. Done.